So I've been trying to stay true to fasting. I'm keeping my eating times between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. The early lunches serve me well, and I want it anyway because I'm not a breakfast person, and eating several hours before sleeping means that I don't have food sitting in my stomach all night. It's been going pretty well so far, but I'm so gurgly. I can tolerate being hungry when necessary, but it's not even that I'm starving. My stomach is just really loud lately, and I hope that calms down soon after adjusting to this new routine. The thing I think is going to help me more than my body knowing when food is coming, though, is better regulating my portion sizes. I've mentioned before in these videos that with my current living situation, a lot of meals are made for the family, so I don't have a lot of control over what I'm eating. And that's fine sometimes, but other household members aren't very good at managing the leftovers. Actually, it sounds a bit ungrateful, but our primary food maker is an overdoer. They make multiple large meals several days in a row. Others eat the new meals, and the older leftovers get passed over, even forgotten, because why not eat the new flavorful thing? Well, as the over-aware, responsible person I am, I prioritize things to the best of my ability, but sometimes that leads to eating things I don't want, or, more importantly, eating larger portions than I should to finish off a meal that no one else seems willing to touch. As much as I've taken up eating things that are better for me that I'd never touched before, like salads, I also end up piling up a plate so I can finish the leftovers of something. Which, there's this weird thing in the house where no one will finish anything. To the point that sometimes what's left isn't even enough for a proper portion, it's just like 2 mouthfuls of mashed potato. I understand being considerate, not wanting to finish something someone else might want, but they're not leaving anything worth it at that point, and it will then go untouched, refuse to be eaten so long that it'll just go bad and get thrown out rather than anyone finish something. So it's up to me and my partner to both be aware and be the cleanup crew. Not only am I the one finishing the 2 mouthfuls that everybody else is leaving, I am consistently always putting several mouthfuls more than I should be on my plate so that I am not leaving that unwanted amount for other people, knowing that they won't eat it, or that I'm just going to have to eat it later, with other parts of a meal that don't even make sense. It stresses me out, to be honest. I know it sounds crazy, complaining that someone cooks too much food for me to eat, but it is to the point of detriment now. It's the essence of too much of a good thing. The food that you eat greatly affects your bodily health, and out of my feelings of obligation to maintain the order of the fridge while the house cook blindly presses on ahead, cooking more and more without consideration for when leftovers will get eaten, it affects me that I'm eating so much food I don't want and more food than I should be per meal just to keep up. So although I'm not introducing a new diet to be healthier right now, I am going to actively be regulating my portion sizes. No eating out of obligation, no eating out of guilt. I feel bad that some of the food might get wasted now, but I can't keep eating like this. Me and my partner have been trying for months to passively suggest more conservative meal prep and less bulk buying of perishables, and I hope that they finally take the hint. But I can't keep making it my responsibility to mitigate the poor management of others, even if I am technically benefiting from that food being available. If I wasn't trying to finish things all the time, I think my meals would be roughly a third smaller, and that's gotta be adding up. A prime example would be that my partner has eaten chili for lunch for over 4 days straight. He's bored of it, obviously, but that's also not normal. That much chili just shouldn't have been made, or other people needed to be eating it and they're just not. So that's something that I'm working toward. But honestly, I've been thinking what would help all the more is having a better understanding of calories. I've never dieted officially, like at least in the way diet culture presents dieting. Growing up, all I ever had access to were those calorie books, and it seemed like a real pain to look up what every food is and weigh it to calculate its caloric density by weight or whatever exactly they do, if that's even how things work. Are superfoods even real? Anyway, eventually I might look into food science, but if anyone watching this has an easy app that they use, or know of a way to track their food, like calorie intake in a day, that isn't really involved, please let me know. And I'll keep you updated on how the fasting and food portions are going. Bye.